Yet again, we find ourselves in a forest outside of Berlin. Go figure. This time, we're checking out yet another abandoned military base, originally built by the German Air Force in 1938, and then taken over by the Soviet Army after the war. So let's have a bit of a stroll around and check out what's still here to see. So we have that entrance, and we actually came through a separate entrance over there, completely identical, and then it's connected. So we went through the back there. See a bunch of tarmac just piled up. But wait till you see this. There he is, Mr. Vladimir Lenin. So some central artwork between these two buildings that we walked through that are connected at the back. Let's see if there's something behind here. Probably not. Sturdy little foundation to keep up all that heavy duty mosaic. Great find, that one. I was actually here a couple of weeks ago just scouting out the place, and I didn't manage to find that one. Always varying degrees of sort of Soviet artwork left in these places. And at this base it's very minimal, so good to have seen that one. As you can see, a lot of these buildings have completely fallen apart, roofs have caved in, walls have come down as well. So when you see a wall, you have to look around just to determine if you're actually inside a building or outside of it. Here we can of course see the exterior facade. So it looks like building 4B would have been here, completely taken over. Got a forest in here. You can still see parts of the foundations, so where the walls would have been. But yeah, not much more. To see than that. I mean, here you can see that it's a restroom. See the piping there, and the stalls would have been there. And a chimney. So rough outlines, I would say. But have a look at this I found, which is pretty cool. We exit the building. And voila. Another one of these statues, sort of art pieces, if you will. Maybe a bit more of a propaganda piece, but pretty cool. It looks like just sort of concrete foundation, and then it's been added on top of that, so it hasn't really been chiseled out of there, but still, nonetheless. If you look up close, you can see that it's been decorated with glass, and they actually seem to be broken bottles. There you can see the top of a bottle. A nice little cheap way of decorating, but looks pretty good. Got them in different colors: green, red, clear. This is one of a handful of these pieces still left at this site, so we found him. Nice. Here we have a bigger building, a bit more intact. Let's take a look. Right, back into the woods we go. Alright, we're just entering the main barracks section. As you can see here, hinting behind the trees. So here you can see the architecture changing a bit compared to those other older buildings, or sort of service buildings. You got that classic concrete slab architecture, which is obviously practical, quick to assemble. Just heard someone moving inside that building. Let's see if... Probably just some other explorers. A Sunday stroll. Sounded like there was someone else lurking around in that one building, so let's try another one. There are plenty of them around here. Let's get... So here we got building 78. Doesn't look too exciting. One of these older ones, we want to get those. That concrete palace, one of the taller ones. Maybe see if we can access the roof as well. Alright, we're on one of the perimeter roads here. So let's proceed with caution. So here you can see the layout, just like these little courtyards, and then you have the concrete apartment buildings, barracks built around it. So obviously if you would have removed the trees and cleaned up a bit here, this would look like a post-Soviet city, maybe just outside the city center. Here we have a room overlooking central courtyard. Things are definitely looking worse for wear. See that just water just seeping through the roof, down the walls. Cannot seem to find an access to the roof, unfortunately. Here you can see different layers of wallpaper. So the initial floral pattern was replaced by, I guess, a more modern floral pattern at some point. Just peeling off the concrete walls here. Trying to get an idea of the layout. Every floor has this sort of central bathroom, and then a bunch of rooms coming off of that. And mailboxes. Continue on. Doesn't want to open. Nice little balcony here. Nice little view of the trees, and actually down through the trees down there, there was a swimming pool. So we can check that out later. Our kitchen area. Plastic carpeting throughout these apartments. All right, welcome to the penthouse suite. We are on the top floor. We've got the nice glass doors here. Windows intact. Nice to see. Got your own little private balcony here. Let's see what other luxuries you would have been afforded. Small room here. Big window at least. Let's go to the bathroom. Kitchen probably. So that would have been one apartment where we came from, coming off the stairs. This would be the neighboring apartment. Still some nice furniture left behind. Head on out of here. These banisters are not really structurally sound anymore either, so you watch your step and watch your hands. All right, so there we got a bit of an idea of typical living situation. This was obviously no exception to the other Soviet military bases in this area or across Eastern Germany. They came in with massive amounts of troops. I mean, imagine soldiers, just military admin personnel, and their families as well. So if you saw my last video, that was obviously built up like a town, and this was a similar setup. And obviously when they left in the beginning of the 90s, it wasn't just, you know, let's grab our things and go. So that's why when you go through these apartments, you can still see curtains. We saw some couches, clothing. And now everything's just decaying, getting wet. It's pretty grim walking through these places. Wet peeling, wallpaper, carpets, etc. It's always tough to navigate when you come to these places. Gotta try and remember the buildings, and then usually I just resort to Google Maps to see where the hell I am. Shout out Google Maps. They need it. You can see the old newspapers. So it looks like the walls were first coated with old newspapers before they applied the wallpaper. And here we got the innovative wood paneling that you just glue onto the wall. Very efficient.